Hello friends, once again I welcome you all to my video sessions on compression members in steel structures. In my last video session, I discussed how to find the strength of the column, wherein I solved an example using ISMB 400. Today I will be discussing how to find the strength of the column if we have different steel sections such as I sections, channel sections, tubular sections. Say if you have a vertical member wherein these are the different sections which are suitable for this vertical member, say column. So how to determine the compressive strength of these sections or a load carrying capacity of these sections. In my first step, what I follow is to find the local buckling. So as I have already discussed, what is local buckling? It is a failure which occurs in these sections, in these individual elements, where the individual elements will buckle. So according to IS 800 2007, clause number 3.7.2 and table number 2, I will find out the local buckling sections, where in I have different sections like plastic section, compact section, semi compact section, slender one. So here we will determine the different types of or the section what we are designing, whether it is a plastic section or compact section, semi compact section or slender section. My next step, I will look into the buckling class of that section. From IS 800 2007, clause numbers 7.1.2.1 and from table number 10, I will find out the classification of the section, whether the section is having a buckling class curve as A, B, C and D in different axes like minor axis and major axis. My next step, what I follow is to find the effective length slenderness ratio. So from clause number 3.8 and table number 3, I will find out the maximum effective length of that section. So here the effective length is given by KL by R. So this value what is obtained for this column should be less than 180 for axial compression member. For vertical member, that value or that limit should be less than 180. So this is what I compare with my effective length slenderness ratio. Next step, what we follow is to find the compressive strength of compression member. So here, according to IS 800 2007, our first step is to find the critical stress. So here the critical stress, it is according to IS 800 from clause number 7.1.2.1, wherein the formula is available where we find different parameters from our previous steps to find this compressive critical stress. And again there is an alternate method to find this critical stress, wherein we will find this FCD value from this table number 9.A to table number D, from table 9A to table 9D, which is depending on KL by R. We find this KL by R effective length slenderness ratio. From this effective length parameter, we will find the FCD for different buckling class curves, say from A to D. And our ultimate step is to find the load carrying capacity, or what we say, it's a critical force or a design force. So it is found, which is from the section area. The section area is the area of the section what we have. So this area is available from steel table. So that area multiplied with the critical stress what we have found earlier, that gives me the design force or load of that individual section. So this is how we will follow the steps to find the strength in those sections. Say if we have a load, if a load is given, so what section to be chosen? Earlier I had a sections here like I section, channel section, tubular section. Now in this case I have a load on the column, or a load which is subjected, the column is subjected say with a load P. So what will be the section which is suitable for this load, to take this load? So in this we have a slight change in the steps. What from step number 2 earlier to the step number 2, our one step what I find here is to get this gross area. This gross area is calculated using this axial load. This axial load divided by 0.4 times to 0.6 times Fy, or a yield stress, gives me the gross area. So to choose the section, so we will choose the section based on this gross area. So based on this gross area we will choose the section which should have the higher area of that section, which should be higher than this gross area. This is the step what we will add in to find or to choose the section if the load is given. So this we will try to understand by choosing this type of example. I will try to solve an example wherein the load is given, wherein the column is subjected to a load say P. So what type of section is suitable to take or to carry this load? Okay, where our section what I will choose should be, or that load carrying capacity say PD should be greater than this the load what is on the column. So let's look into an example. Let's try to understand how to solve this type of problems.